Hello, my name is Kirill, and today I'd like to discuss one more new LEGO Technic set. It is 42099 4x4 Extreme Off-Roader. Keep in mind this title, it's very important. It is the most expensive set of the August of this year. On the box we can see that we need batteries and smart device to play with this model. So if you have usual phone with buttons, something like this, so this toy isn't for you. There are no any remote controller inside the box. On the side of the box we can see new electronic parts, 2 extra large motors, 1 large motor and 1 Bluetooth controlled smart hub. I think it would be much cooler to show new electronics on the front side, like in old sets with power function systems. It was much more impressive to my mind. This set is a remake of Off-Roader 9398, but with new electronics. So each axle is driven by extra large motor, and large motor is used for steering. But first of all, this set has new interesting parts. To say the truth, there are not too many parts in this set, even less than 1000. Here we have 2 packages for the first stage, 2 for the second stage and 2 for the third stage. Also you can see 4 tires, 4 wheels and very soft box with electronics. Previous big set with remote control 42070 had twice as much pieces. The set has 4 red shock absorbers with hot spring and 4 tractor tires. We can see new connectors in black color. I think it is very useful part. Also here we have 2 large turntables and 5 frames, 2 black and 3 in light bluish gray. The most interesting part to my mind is new wheel hub with planetary reductor. It has very small backlash compared to existing hubs. The reduction ratio is approximately 1 to 5.5. I hope these pieces will be durable. Special for these hubs, new CV joint was introduced. Unfortunately, I found on Eurobricks forum a topic about damages of this part. I hope it was an accident. Also here you can see a socket for new CV joint. So this system is the same as existing CV joints, but the socket has longer axle part, and I think new socket is better than the old one. New CV joint fits the axis with friction and the hole is 1 stud deep. The next new part is wire clamp. In this set these parts don't implement their function. The wires are still traced terribly. I hope it will be fixed in the future. Electronics is stored in a special box. We can see 3 motors and control hub. New hub has similar dimensions compared to power function battery box. We need 6 AA batteries to supply it. The hub has many connection points. The large motor is very similar to the power function large motor, but unfortunately new motor is bigger. It is 1 stud longer. It has additional feature. It can operate as servo motor, but I prefer compactness. The extra large motor is a real monster. It is 2 stud longer than the old one. I don't like it, were my favorite micro motors from 90s. Why does it have so many connection points? For what? This set uses new color in LEGO Technic. It is bright light orange. I was waiting for usual orange and I am really disappointed by this decision. The chassis is very simple. The building process was boring for me. The model has independent suspension and additional pendular suspension on the front axle. The design is very strange. The front part reminds me of a pig. The roof is too low to my mind. It reminds me last pullback sets. The steering wheel is mounted very high, just under the roof. Also there are big holes in the back part, but after all I don't care about its appearance. I hope new electronics will compensate all these disadvantages. Okay, let's try to play with it. First of all, I was surprised by the size of the application. It weighs more than 200 megabytes. I suppose it's too much for a simple Bluetooth controller. During the first launch we should calibrate steering motor, and as I can understand, this operation should be repeated regular. As you can see, I don't steer the motor, but it steers by himself. And here's my first off-road experience with this model. The model can't climb 1.5 cm steep from static position. The model has fresh batteries now. So it's time for off-road test drive. Yeah, the model has very bad clearance. Okay. It's a current protection, so this slight obstacle can't be passed by this model. I think it's a shame. The model has so big wheels and it can climb nothing. So if you want to get some pleasure, don't play with this model on off-road. It's really disappointing. Come on, it is off-roader. I can't understand it. They add some up-gearing in transmission. For what? It's off-roader. It doesn't need up-gearing. Off-roader needs reduction. That's all. No off-road. We can cross obstacles only by one wheel. Come on. Wow. So let's summarize the review. I think the most useful pieces in the set are new planetary hubs. I'm sure these parts will be used in many fan models, and I hope they are durable. The model has new color, bright light orange. I don't like it because we don't have many panels in popular colors. I think it would be better to get this model in usual orange. We have the only one set in bright green. We have a few panels in lime, in purple, in blue. Now we have one set in bright light orange. Okay. Unfortunately, this 4x4 Extreme Off-Roader has no off-road performance. It's impossible to play with it on real off-road and even on light off-road. It's very disappointing fact. Regarding to new electronics, I don't like new motors because of its big size, especially extra large motors. These motors are real monsters. And also I don't like that we need batteries to play with model. I think in the modern world it's a shame not to use accumulators. I don't understand it. Batteries aren't ecological, aren't compact, so it's time for accumulators, really. The new System Control Plus uses Bluetooth to control this model. In this set there are no additional functions like camera or something like this. We have many similar systems as Brick, Buviz, SCADA, so this new system looks really outdated. It has no new features, very low current protection threshold. So this model is very weak to my mind. It doesn't look like a flagship or like new generation of electronics. This model would be very cool 10 years ago, but not today. So this is it. I hope new excavator 42 and 100 will be much better. Thanks for watching. Bye!